Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversations with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Barb.
And we also have Tina, a special guest. Today we're going to be talking about can you cut morals on and off? I don't believe so. I don't think morals can be cut on and off. I think morals is like your soul. It's a part of who you are. And your moral speaks for you even when you're not even there. So for me, I don't think so. What you think, Bob?
I think you can. Your morals are a part of you, but people change who they are every day. And in certain situations, you can have morals. In certain situations, you can choose not to have morals. So for me, yeah, you can cut them on and off.
What you think, Tina?
Well, I think that you can turn morals on off because you have to ask the question, like, where do morals come from? Like, so if morals are created, then they can obviously be changed. So maybe people aren't turning them exactly on and off, but maybe, they're changing. And they can change their morals.
Okay, let's use this for example. Religion was created. Can you change your religion? Can you go be a Christian today and tomorrow you a Muslim?
You have every right to be. You sure can.
I don't think you can do that.
Why can't you? All you have to do is learn the religion. All you have to do is learn all you have to do is read the Quran, study how they study, and you can do whatever you choose to do. You don't have a set religion. I'm Christian, and if I want to be
so you can be a Muslim and a Catholic at the same time.
Well, no. If you choose to study both religions, you can choose to study both religions. What I'm saying that you could be Catholic and then you could say I want to be a Muslim.
So 1 minute you can be praying to Mary, and then tomorrow you be praying to Jehovah.
No, Jehovah. When you're Muslim, it's Allah. It's not Jehovah.
Is that right, Dre?
You got your Jehovah Witnesses.
I don't know.
You got your Jehovah Witnesses who they got Jehovah. Then you got your Christians who believe in Jesus Christ and God. You got your Muslims that believes in Allah, higher power. So it's different guys. But you
must been two different religions before.
No, I just know you. It's a study. It's you can study any religion. You don't have to ever commit to any religion. You can switch up and change anytime you feel like it.
I don't know about that.
You can. You're not committed to being. Say you were born Christian. Most people that were born were raised up in Christian homes, and then you have some young men who may have went to the prison system, or if even not, and who then decided to study being Muslims, but they know the Christian because that's what their mother brought them up in. So they know that religion, but they choose to study another religion, which is theirs, which could be Muslim.
So you support my point, I think, because one is an inherent religion. If your mom, or whatever she was, and you went off on your own, and you found out about another religion, and you took that religion, that's something that you made a conscious decision to do. Mm-hmm. Most people, religion, they inherit it. If your mom was a Christian, so you a Christian. Mm-hmm. Your mom was a Muslim, so you a Muslim. But when, like you said, you go off to jail and you seek for your own self and you make a conscious decision on what you want to do. So I think that's different. I don't think that's the same.
But an inherited religion, that's someone giving you their inherited morals, or the morals that they're giving that to you. So you seeking it out for yourself, man, that's just you. You can change. I think you can change your morals at that point if you choose to do so. And I do understand what you're saying about you feel like morals are more, part of your being, your soul and things like that. And, that's true because we do make decisions based on our morals and our beliefs. But it's like, just because someone gave you some morals, a set of morals, like, how long do you go along with that? Or when and do you question that? And how do you question that without feeling like you are changing your soul or changing your being?
And do you have the right to not even believe in what somebody else taught you? We all know that you're not supposed to be thoughting out here, but you might decide to one day grow up and say, darn it, I want to be a thought. I want to know what it feels like to be out in these streets getting buck wild. But your mama always raised you. Now you wear dresses and you don't talk this way. You don't act this way. You always be a lady. But how many people actually really follow that path? And if they do, for how long? So they change.
Yeah, but that's calling changing for the worse.
But the morals that were, you can call it what you want to call it, but change. They do switch it up.
morals supposed to keep you in alignment of being the best you.
It's supposed to.
So, to me, I think it's not smart to be anything less than the best you. So if you want to go outside of your character, your morals, I just don't think it's smart.
Well, we don't live in a smart world.
People don't care.
And people don't care.
Well, I care, and I
understand what you're saying, that you care, and what you're trying to say is that morals should be something that people to keep them balanced or whatever, but we don't live in a world with morals. People don't have standards of morals and values, and if they do, it's very limited. They use it when they want to use it, and that's true. When you're on TikTok making TikTok videos and you doing all that, where the morals at? Most of those videos don't have morals. And then when you go to work and you carry yourself totally different from when you carry yourself on TikTok, when you're going into work, you're a whole different person. So you're switching up so you can change.
I'm gonna give you one even better. You got women that be on OnlyFans doing all the little things, playing with themselves, and you can see them out in the street and they be like, "Don't approach me like that. Don't look."
Right. That's true.
That's crazy.
See, that goes back to what I always say. Listen. You was already broken before I met you. So if I talk to you a certain way or whatever, that's just what I know of you. You can't tell me treat you a certain way or demand me treat you a certain way when you don't respect yourself.
Oh, but she can.
She can say what she wants.
But you don't have to follow that. But she has every right to tell you how to treat her. But you don't have to follow her wishes. You don't even have to talk to her.
I noticed that a lot of people that you would think who live a certain kind of lifestyle, even those type of people have some type of boundaries and a set of morals. Maybe at a certain time, like you said, they may turn them on and off. You got people who, live one life in the daytime and at night, like you said, they're in the streets or they're in the clubs or they're doing that. But, I got to be home in the morning to do XYZ for, my kids and my wife. So, I don't know.
So would you classify that as boundaries or just being responsible? Because I don't think that if you know you have to have a cutoff time because you have to go to work, I don't think that's morals. I just think, you may be responsible. I think you can be responsible without having morals. I think you can still go to work, function, pay your bills.
Where does that sense of responsibility come from? It would come from your morals.
No, you just don't want to be in the dark.
I agree with you. It comes from your morals that you set for yourself. Like I said, okay, from 8 to 4, I'm soccer mom, I'm mama, and I'm doing this, and then from 9 to 2, I'm chocolate at the club, having a good time and do a beat. And most of the time, that life that you live, many kids don't know about that life. I mean, everybody lives a certain type of life and does a certain things that people don't know about.
But see, Barb,
you can change who you can change. Like, here I am. I say I'm a Christian. I go to church every day. I'm worshiping God. I'm praising God. As soon as I get out of church, I'm going to buy me a bag of weed and get me some Hennessy, and I'm down.
See, that only works with me if you got a split personality. You know that to me that's insane.
That's not a split personality.
That's
you upholding yourself.
Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
It's a lot of them in this world.
It's a lot of people need mental help.
It's a lot of it's not even so much that people need to stop camouflaging and just be who they are. But you can't be who you are. You see what I'm saying? We live in a world that is
accepted. That's why a lot of people camouflage. They may not be accepted.
But why?
Because they're psychologically broken.
To repress a lot of things like feelings, emotions, and things, and they come out in other ways. So I think both of y'all are right. Like, we do need some type of mental help because we do camouflage and try to blend in certain things. Like, why would people live opposing lifestyles? Like, if this was something that you're doing to provide for your family or whatever, why wouldn't you want them to know about it? Like, why would you hide it?
That's just like with y'all. Now, y'all nice, but say y'all like being pimps, pimping out women. Now, what were we taught? That you don't mess around with pimps, you don't marry pimps, you don't do nothing with pimps. So this is what you do. You pimping out women, you enjoy pimping out women. But if somebody found out you was a pimp, would they marry you? out of 10, they probably not. And 1 out of 10, they not even gonna mess with you.
But see,
So-
Barb, I disagree with you. Yes, a woman would marry me. It'll be a woman in my class. 9 times out of 10, usually a pimp marry one of his hoes.
Okay, can you go to career day? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank
can
you.
What
Can you go to your kids'
What you
career day and
proud
say I'm a
to-
pimp?
have your kids come to your
No, you
depending
can't.
on what you do.
Well, you know what? If you look through history,
We talk about
being a pimp was one of the things kids looked up. They looked up to pimps.
Back in the day, yeah.
That's right. So you know what? If a pimp, if Bishop Don Juan came to a school in his days, kids will love him.
But we know that's not
But
really
we know
acceptable
it's
in
not
society.
acceptable
And
in society for a pimp and a hoe to show up in school talking about some, this what you go grow up to be, pimp and Stella out on the corner walking the beat. That's not gonna happen. They gonna say, excuse me, Mr. Pimp, you can't talk in front of these
Right.
kids. You have to,
Because
you don't
even
have
if they
another.
don't,
So in order for you not to make your kids look bad, you gonna have to come up with a different profession.
I'm a plumber.
because even if
You see what I'm saying?
even if the parent or the pimp coming to the school doesn't have morals, the school has a set of morals
Thank
that they're
you.
instituting.
I'm
So,
sorry, JJ.
Yeah, but the teachers screwing each other.
Well,
behind
you
the
can say
lunch
what you
table.
want to say, but JJ not gonna get you to get up there and tell them that you a pimp. Now he can say my daddy a pimp all he wants to, but daddy not gonna be up there to walk in with Stella and soul and teach the kid class how to be pimp.
Well, see, so that goes back to me saying this: you have to have your morals set all the time. You can't cut them off because if I'm a pimp,
You mean you
You-
should.
I
Should. Because we don't, but you mean we should.
well, your morals should always be in place.
That's
If I'm a pimp, I can't sit up here and start talking to one of my hoes and tell her she should behave like a young lady when she and suck 15 dicks today. I can't sit up here and cheer her on at some point when she
That
just
could
been-
be your favorite hoe, so you could tell her that if you want
Yeah,
to.
but see now I'm coaching her. That's a difference.
You're doing it anyway.
Yeah, but see,
You coaching her?
I can't sit down and have no moral conversation with her.
But then you just say, well, it just goes to the fact of you saying, now this could be the hoe that he likes, and this could be the hoe he want to marry. So he may want this type of hoe to carry herself a certain type of way. This is the hoe he may want to be invested
No,
in.
he
but
wa-
all the other hoes, he don't give a damn. But you not gonna
No,
act
right.
like that.
A man,
And she might only go suck dick when he need high power money.
Pimps usually marry the woman that holds them down when it's over.
No, that's
when
why
it's
he-
all
that's why
over.
you tell her what to do.
That's right. So she know him better than he know himself.
Well, when it comes to morals, I say they can be cut on and off, and I think people do cut them on and off. Because I believe we live in a world where we can't be who we want to be, and we can't act a certain way. We have to conduct ourselves, and when you at work, you have to conduct yourself as a professional. You can't go to work loud and ghetto and hollering and screaming. That might be the type of person you are, but when you at work from 9 to 5, you got to tone it down. You have to be professional. But when you get out of that job, you're gonna be who you are. You're gonna be loud and crazy acting or however you choose to be. So by us like she said, have to suppress who we are, our morals can be cut on and off. Because it could be things that
But
you really like to do.
See, I don't get that.
Sometimes you cut your morals off to do certain things to get to a certain point. You got to think to be a stripper. You think being a stripper, you don't really have morals. But you have to degrade yourself to get this money to take care of your kids.
But that means your morals have been compromised.
They have.
So you lost them.
But
You lose your morals.
But you have women that have stripped.
You lose them.
Once-
Like you still have your morals, but it's like
just-
how do you have to? You might have to build
You
back
got-
up. to
You
that.
can't say your morals up to here if I just saw you swing around on that pole. Your morals is somewhere between knees and feet.
Well, maybe
But that's your opinion. That's your opinion to say her morals is between that level because of what she does, because of her profession.
Yeah, because she degraded herself.
But
She-
can your
No.
morals be aspirational? Can you look forward to like this is something I got to get to? Maybe your morals aren't all you don't always achieve them.
Well, holla back when you get there. You can't tell me you this and that, and when you working on getting
You
there.
gotta live,
Yeah, that's just like, think about when the Freaknik videos come out, everybody's scared. It was school teachers, principals, doctors, all type of shit. And they was like, I don't want this to be released because I was a different person back then. That when the Freaknik era, I never been. But every time the fellas used to come back, I used to hear the story. So I know that era, it was a lot of more, it wasn't no morals and values. People just try to have fun.
I can agree with that. If, you know, when a person is in their 20s, teens, is a big difference from them being in their 40s and 50s. They usually are different people.
Right.
So I can buy into it. They have grown.
Okay.
They have matured. But you can't tell me at a church at a pastor, he the pastor, he can cut his morals on and off.
Oh, why not?
So he got to be the pastor.
Oh, you should have brought up the church now.
I feel like us as individuals, everybody cut their values and morals
They
off
do.
Okay, now
at discretion.
Now let's just entertain the church for. We're not talking no
I
particular.
ain't talking about the church.
We're
Y'all go ahead.
not talking no particular religion.
Okay.
Let's just say the church. Now, for a pastor, he's coaching you. You get married, and he's telling you what you should be doing, but he dating a 15-year-old, and he's telling you
Where's his morals?
exactly.
Didn't he lose them? Didn't he
Yeah.
change them?
Yeah.
They do it every day.
So now I would challenge him. First, who are you to give advice far as somebody living a good life when you're damaging lives?
Right.
But what we feel to realize is that even under that, he's still human. He human. We're human beings, and human beings make mistakes, and without mistakes, mistakes cause situations. Situation starts with consequences. And so, with that being said, regardless of him standing in front of that church preaching every Sunday, we choose to trust and believe in him. We don't have to, but this is what people do. They trust and believe in somebody who's human, just like us, and can make mistakes just like us. So, even though he's there, he has his morals set. This is who I am today, Sunday. I'm preaching, and then Monday, I'm on the computer, or even maybe Sunday night, he looking for somebody to satisfy that urge that he's hiding from everybody else. So his morals does change.
I'm not bad into that.
I can see what you're saying about that, but morals kind of do make up your core. So I see, Roger, how you were saying maybe as you get older, your morals shouldn't change as much. It should be more of a foundation. But you can't, for the pastor, to do that, like to be in a position of leadership and to be in certain positions, you should have a developed foundation within yourself. So you need to question yourself, like, hey, am I ready to even lead? Like, what foundation do I have?
How many people are in leadership and still do those
And I'm saying consequences.
See what I'm saying?
Consequences will keep people alive. And if you fall off because you believe you can't control yourself, take that hat off too. If you're a principal of a school and you sit up here, you can't suppress your urges. Take that hat off.
I agree with you on that, but even in the same token, what we're saying is that you hold a position that you're supposed to have a certain values and morals, but you lose it when you want to go be who you want to be. So when it comes to the camouflage, like I'm saying, you go into a position of being a pastor, and you know in your heart you shouldn't be a pastor because of what you desire.
Want the money.
But you won't. There we go. So where do your morals? You change your morals to get the benefit from the financial gain. Am I right?
That's called a fraud, right?
Well, and that's what we're
saying.
It's called fraud, right? But and you said it's called acting too.
That's right.
So if you could change your character on and off your act, how many people in the world are characters?
This is not a movie
How many people in this world are characters?
Yeah, but see, Bart, what I'm saying is you right. But what I'm saying is when a person do that, I believe we supposed to call them out.
Oh yeah, we are. We are.
When you see a fraud, you call them out. When you see a person that's potential danger to a person that can't defend, you call them out.
You do.
That's what to me. That's my morals.
Right.
I don't think a pastor should be lead nothing if he he's on the rape list or the child molestation
well, I don't
list.
think.
What about the pastor that proposed to the fiance when he did the eulogy for her husband?
See
that video?
See, to me,
at his funeral, he proposed to the wife in front of the family.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some people accept it, and some people didn't accept it. But to me, who's gonna fight? He dead.
My brothers, my cousins, somebody better whoop it.
But see, the thing of it goes like this, Dre. He pulled that off because he knew he could.
But right, because why do you think that's appropriate? What kind
Yeah.
of morals do you have? Like, I don't want to say who raised you, but what was instilled in you for you to think it's appropriate?
He
for you
probably
to kill
did have
him?
morals, but
To
at that
get-
given time, he decided to, hey, this I'm fit to shoot
And
my
that-
shot. All
My
morals
shot.
is down.
No, he
What I'm
proposed
saying
to her.
is, no, his morals
Yeah,
went
he
out
got on
the
one
window.
knee.
He proposed. That means she been messing around before he died. Usually, the average person get buried within 10 days. So you've been messing around with
And then he felt right there to there, all his morals went out the window. He shot his shot.
Yeah.
He didn't
Did
have.
he have any? Because
Well,
man,
turned
that was
them off.
well thought
He
out.
turned
It
He
them
wasn't
off.
said,
like
we
that.
don't know.
I don't
He
think
said
he had morals.
he may have.
I didn't think he had more.
He was a pastor, wasn't he? He was
Hey,
respectful how the man
what
was
about the other
living.
pastor that was dating that 16-year-old?
See, I ain't
And she was he was telling his own church, y'all mind y'all business.
Yeah.
This is my business.
No,
this
no,
my
he
woman.
didn't marry. She wasn't 16. I think he was dating her, and he married her when she turned 18. Something like
Yeah,
that.
but he was dating her first.
Right. Okay, and once again, what morals, if he had any?
Once again,
People turn them
I'm
off
saying,
and all that they destroy.
I'm
Since we
going
talking
back to
about the
consequences.
church, look at the Catholic Church and all the scandals that they've had with the priests, and they don't even get charged. You don't even
Right.
hear about those incidents.
But
You
they
don't
move
hear
them
about
around.
those kids. Exactly.
They
You don't hear
do a
about
lot of
anything.
payouts though.
And we have a lot of
Yeah.
people that are in power who break, if they start off with morals, and or we could, like I say, like we say, they cut them on, they cut them off. Hey, I'm in Congress.
But the church is supposed to be like the peak of morals. You
That's
know,
right.
that's like where you supposed to. That's what kind of guides our society.
Who runs the churches?
Hey,
Humans. Human beings run them.
Well-
So human beings, as we sitting here saying, you cut your morals on and off. So for that Sunday, I'ma preach. As long as all that money coming in, I'ma be who you want me to be. And then on the end, I'ma go out here and be on the down low. Or I'ma go out here and do what I want to do because you're trusting in me as I present myself to you. So if I present myself to you with morals and values and worth, and every time you come talk to me, this is who I am. You gonna believe in who I present to you until I show you different, right?
No. First of all, you got a name. I'm going to take your name and I'm going to run it through a...
But no, what I'm saying, before you even get me on that end, whoever I present
No, I'm
myself
not.
to you.
You just a person running your mouth. I hear what you're saying.
But a lot of people don't. But a lot of people
I
don't
think-
look at it like that.
you
But
know what?
a lot of people trust in what people show them until they change.
I blame a lot of things that happen to these kids because of the woman. A woman will meet a man, just got out of jail. He tell her, you know what, I was locked up for drugs. This guy been locked up for 7 counts of child molestation. You got 2 daughters, but you didn't even run his name through Otis. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking
Now,
about.
wait a minute. For you to say you blame the woman didn't make the kids alone. So I don't even see what the point is of putting the blame directly on a woman.
Because the man is not there, the kid's father's not there, and she the one invited him into their home. That's why I blame her.
But they still have 2 parents. Either
Okay,
way,
but-
whatever it is, whatever situation it
Okay,
is.
I have a
let's not
kid.
just
I
blame
have
the
a kid's
woman by
mom, right?
default.
I have a kid's mom. I can't run nothing that goes on at her house. I can't. I can ask her, can you please not do this? But if she want to have guys running in and out of her house, I can't stop that.
But your children
So hold on.
are
So
of
what
age.
goes on? What goes on in your household? You are responsible for whatever your kids see, hear, feel in your house. That falls on whoever the household. That parent with them kids, when that happened with them kids.
Okay, and I can respect that to the defense of children that are underage. But when you have children that are older, and I'm saying between the ages of 12 and up, they pretty much can speak and talk and say, hey, daddy, I don't like this, or, you know, this and this and this is going on. So that's a difference. And they can pick up the phone and call their daddies and say, hey, this going on, I don't like over here. But when you are of a younger age, I think that's where the problem comes
They
in.
can be brainwashed even at that age. Think about the guy that wound up getting that little 12-year-old pregnant, wind up killing her.
Yeah.
You know, kids
Oh, yeah,
be
that was-
young, so if they young, they don't know no better. You sitting there, they could be manipulating these kids. So you got all the different type of people. You know
Well,
what I
see,
mean?
that's what
Like-
accountability. I keep
But-
going back to accountability. We're talking morals, but morals and accountability run hand in hand.
They go together.
So you can't sit up and say, you know what, I got all these morals, but I keep making these fucked up ass decisions, and you making fucked up decisions based off your lifestyle.
But boss, sometimes people just be like, fuck it. I done been there. You know me. Sometimes I be like, fuck it. It's going to be what it's going to be.
And
Sometimes don't care about the
some
accountability.
people don't get certain morals instilled in them. You know, like they don't get it. So they don't have that aspect, you know, or that perspective. They don't have it. So
Or you may have
it's a
morals
lack
for
of
certain
morals for
people.
them.
It may be something, just say if me and you hanging out, it may be something like if one of your exes or baby mama or something, I'll be like, that's my man, I wouldn't do it. Then this nigga, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? You have morals, a set of morals for different people. There's certain things you would do
Right. And it was things that we were taught that were morals and just things you don't do, like you don't date nobody's ex, or you don't, you don't talk back to disrespect your elders, or so you couldn't call. We couldn't even say the word lie. I couldn't even call nobody a liar without getting my ass. You see what I'm saying? It was certain things that we were taught you couldn't do. You open up the door for an older person, or if you on a bus and you sitting down, you get up and let the older person sit down. They don't do that no more. So when it comes to morals being switched on and off, well, for the generations now, do they even know what morals are? Do they have morals?
Are you saying?
Do they even have them?
Are you saying social media, or just life revolving?
I would put it in three ways. I would say it's social media. I would say it's society, and then I would say parents too, because some parents don't instill morals in their kids.
Or the wrong moral.
And if they do, it's the wrong ones, because they don't see no good. If you see mama got 5 or 6 different men running in and out the house, or you see daddy dating 3 or beating up on a woman every other day, what are you teaching that child? You teaching that child that it's okay to do that. We were taught that men don't hit women. We were taught that.
And where are we taught morals? In the home, in
I was
schools.
taught if you put your hands on a man, she get her ass whooped. That's what my mama taught me. That's why I teach my kids, don't put your hands on a man. He a grown ass man. You got an issue, call your daddy, or it should be something y'all talk it out. I mean, don't put your hands on a man. That's what
she might have said, but she ain't tell you to beat it out. I mean, when I say
my mama
beat
told
down,
me exact words.
Wow.
If anybody put their hands on you, you make sure they don't put their hands on you anymore.
Wow.
She didn't specify women. She said anybody.
Okay.
My mama taught me that too. My mom never. She never took the woman out. If a person is big enough to pass a lick, they're big enough to receive a lick.
Okay, you learn that at home. Where do we learn morals? At home, at school, maybe in the church. So where do we go now? We don't. Well, I don't say we don't, but the churches aren't as popular as they used to be. You know, people used to make their kids go to church. It was a family thing. Do kids go to school now? What are you learning in school?
Big mamas. We ain't got big mamas no more. Kids, grandkids, the same age as their kids
where
now.
Are parents? Are we in a household or not? So where are you getting your influence from? Where are you getting your morals? TV, you know, your friends.
So what do you think the morals? What do you think the morals?
You?
Okay, if you wanted to restore morals, can you tell me what that looked like? How do you restore morals at this point?
I think that's a good question.
It starts within. I think it starts within your house. It starts with the parents. It starts with the parents having to stop their children from being on social media so much. They have to engage in conversations with their kids. You know, we used to be at the dinner table. We ain't had beepers. I think beepers was out then. You had your beeper, you better cut it off, put it up, and we at the table and we talking. How many times do you go out to eat with your kids and your kids doing this? All day long. Nobody's talking to anybody. Nobody's communicating anything. So you don't know what's going on with your child until you see something on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, or you didn't see they did one of these crazy challenges or something like that. So I think it starts within the household. The parents have to put the morals in. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. And if the parents don't do it, what they gonna learn it from? Because you don't got big mamas no more. We don't have the grandparents where you can go to your granddaddy's house and he teach you how to change a tire, or your grandma was showing you how to clean greens and stuff like that. They don't have that. That's gone. That's out the window. So when we say morals can be switched on and off, this is why I'm saying it. It can, because really half this generation don't even have them. In our generation, they just click them on, click them off when necessary. I'm gonna be professional today because I have to be. I'm gonna be a thought later on because that's what I want to be.
Well, see, I'm still not convinced that morals can be cut on and off, because the reason why you're going to have some sense of responsibility at your job not because of morals. You're going to have some sense of responsibility at your job because you don't want to get fired. So consequences is what's keeping you in line.
Some people don't care about it because you can always get another job.
Sometimes.
Well,
Like you see those people, they come to work for a week, you don't see them again.
They don't care. Get another job.
yeah, but see that's not. I don't want nobody to confuse you wanting to be able to pay your bills have anything to do with morals. You just want a car to drive. You just want to make sure you have a place to stay. That don't have nothing to do with
Well,
morals.
when your morals kick in with that job is you being responsible because you have to take care of your household. You have children. You have to do. That's where your morals kick in, and then you want to be professional that day because you have a responsibility. So my morals will be me having to take care of my children and provide for my children and my family.
Yeah.
People lay down their morals for money and just certain things.
Yeah, but if you lay your morals down, which is you, to me, your morals is similar to like a soul.
Okay, let me
It's a
ask you-
part of you.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think you have morals if you buying pussy? I'm just
That's true.
Okay,
Question.
if
Do
you-
you?
Hey, you ain't no morals in buying or even
I
selling
think
pussy.
okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
It
say this,
ain't.
and I'm gonna say this before I answer you. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I don't buy pussy. I have bought pussy before.
Did you have morals when you purchased?
I think so. I think the burden went against the person that was selling the pussy, because
I think it was
because she was selling herself. Only thing
And
I
you
did
was
was
buying.
I purchased a person.
But you think about how women.
So he lose his morals.
Yeah, I don't think I lost
I
my
think
morals.
Why
we
you
both
didn't?
lose.
You both
Because
lose.
we looking like
Because
the
I bought
creepy
a
nigga
person.
buying the pussy.
It's like if I bought a woman, if a woman said, "Well, listen, I'm willing to be yours for an hour for $500." I don't think I lose my morals. She sold
Well,
herself.
when you could go get it, but you still lose some type of
I think
moral.
we-
I might want to do some old kinky, embarrassing stuff that I don't want nobody
I
knowing about.
don't think a person with morals even gonna do all that shit.
I don't
you
think,
talking
yeah.
about.
Because
So
they
that's
may
why I
not
said
want
you
nobody
you
to
turn it
know.
off.
So you telling me if a person want to fulfill a sexual fantasy with a person that's willing
I don't
to
think
prostitute
So that's what
himself
we're
out,
saying.
you
You turning it-
think
that's
that's
you
wrong to
disagreeing
fulfill
with
your?
us.
So you think
I
that's?
don't think nothing wrong
But
with
that's
it. I
not
don't
against
think you
my
have
morals.
to be doing it.
If I enjoy having threesomes, I don't think I'm going against my morals because I'm doing what I enjoy doing. Now, because I'm not giving anything up. I'm not selling myself short.
Well, the question is like, how do you feel about prostitution? Do you feel like it's right or wrong?
I don't feel prostitution is wrong from the John perspective.
So
I
it's
feel
situational.
I feel prostitution is wrong from the person that's selling themselves.
So it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So the person that's buying the prostitute don't have ain't no wrong
Well,
in them.
they giving up a couple dollars. They not selling themselves. They're
See,
doing
like you said, your morals. If that's part of your core, then it's either it is or it isn't.
Okay, so we
Hold
have,
on, let me now, listen. Now you saying the man, he's not losing anything. Okay, you see a bad motherfucker standing right here on Linwood, sexy as hell. You want some of that pussy, and everybody knows she's selling pussy. If you would you pull up and let everybody see you trying to buy her?
no.
Because you trying to have it.
because
Well,
you
because-
got your
no.
morals and
See,
you
no,
don't want people to
no,
talk about
the
you.
reason-
You're not known to
for
be that
me,
type of person.
It's because she's beneath me. That's why. And I don't want nobody to see. I don't want nobody to see me with the trash.
Okay, so you
What's the difference?
protected your morals.
I'm
And your
protecting my
beliefs.
reputation.
That's your reputation. That's your character, right? You
It can be a part.
Okay, so you don't. So you're protecting your morals.
But, okay, now let me say this. Now, if I shot a movie with that prostitute, I wouldn't feel bad about the movie. I wouldn't feel bad what I was doing with her.
Okay,
I would feel bad if somebody see me picking her up.
okay, but what if somebody saw the movie?
I wouldn't feel bad about that. I was like, I was getting it. I'd be cheering
So
myself.
why would you feel bad because somebody see
I
you
would
picking
feel
her up?
bad.
You still seen with her
No,
regardless.
I'm being
on the
honest with
movie.
you. When a guy pick up a prostitution, he don't feel bad about what he's doing with her.
You just
He
don't
feel
want to
bad if somebody see her getting in his car. But once they go and they get, if we stop stop at the
That's
light and you see her in the light,
That
it don't bother
it
me.
reflects badly on him, right? It reflects badly on him. That's why he doesn't want anybody to see him with the prostitute.
Well,
So
it's
that
degrading.
what is he trying to present himself as?
But it's
who is
degrading.
What is he
So
trying
that's
to hide?
his moral character.
There we go. Say it again. Goes back to it.
As I say, you can turn it off and on at your
Goes
pleasure.
back to you.
Okay, well.
At your pleasure, at their pleasure, not your pleasure, but at that
Well,
person's
that's his
pleasure.
pleasure too. He was trying to be pleased. So he was like, fuck more.
No, I'm saying.
See, I just don't think buying something that's pleasurable to you is you selling yourself short or selling
That's the
yourself out.
case. You
If
wouldn't be
buying
there
people is
sticking
called
up on
human
the wall.
trafficking.
But see, I don't have a problem with human trafficking. It just laws
You
been
don't
put
have a
in.
problem with human trafficking.
No, I don't. I don't have
We
a
gonna save that for another conversation. We're gonna
Well, she
stick to
just
this.
asked me a question.
Right, okay,
but I don't have a
I
problem.
got a problem with human trafficking. That's draining the back.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we gotta go talk about that. We talking about the
Okay.
morals.
Well, see, it goes back with morals with me. I don't think if you're not selling yourself short, I don't think that goes. Like for instance, more like if I'm studying for a test and I cheat to pass this test, morally, that's damaging to my character.
Right.
But if somebody else do it for me, and if they get caught, I'm denying it. So morally, it don't bother me. That's
So
all.
then the moral question is it wrong to cheat?
No, it's wrong to get caught.
Okay, and those are your morals.
Yeah, I think, and that's why I wouldn't take that chance to even get caught. I'd rather pay somebody. They get caught, I can go in total denial.
But if your morals shouldn't even allow you to cheat, you should say, I want to earn this motherfucker. I always, I say morals is
So you
first.
gotta-
So there
I
you
don't
go.
think
So
that's- I don't
morals.
think
So
that's
because you
moral.
want to pass that test, you're gonna suppress your morals.
Well, you gonna-
For that,
right.
so because you got to pass this test, you don't give a damn about your morals. You just know you got to pass this test, and whether you do it or somebody else do it, you still lose your morals because you knew that person cheated for
be
you.
held accountable for another
It doesn't.
person. Actually,
Yes, you can. How you not held accountable?
I can deny it. You heard the
Your
saying,
moral-
no
your-
face, no
But
case.
your morals
Right.
is inside of you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Yeah, but see,
everybody got their
See
individual
me
morals.
morally, if you saying, listen, this test is a bitch, you pay me $500, I can get you a passing grade.
So you willing to let your morals down for some money?
I don't think that's my morals. I think that's their morals.
Yes, it is.
That's just like a woman on
so there's different
OnlyFans.
standards.
I guess.
At
I
least you
guess.
know that.
Okay.
Well, if it's different standards, then they can be cut on and off. Well, you're agreeing to what we're saying then, because if it's a different standard, they can be cut on and off then, correct?
But my standards still exist.
When you want them to.
When
Yeah,
you want them to.
But my standards, I just don't
So why
feel
be
that way.
involved with cheating then? If
You see what I'm saying? When you want, but at the end of the day, they
I
still.
don't think cheating is wrong.
Okay.
I think getting caught is wrong.
But what we're trying to say as a person with morals, you morally know that if you cheat on this test, it's wrong. But you just said
But I didn't do anything. That's
you
what I'm trying to
still
tell you.
paid
pay somebody
somebody.
to cheat, you
You
still-
paid. You lost your
Listen,
morals.
It's just like if a person paid somebody to beat somebody's ass. I didn't touch nobody.
Still the moral part of it.
Still,
No, I disagree with that.
It's the moral part
if
of it.
if
Your
I-
morals still existed. You didn't do it, but you paid somebody to do it. They took it. You still passed. You still
But
dropped.
how's
You
that
still
morally
lowered.
responsible?
You still lowered your morals to pass that test.
Guess what? If somebody paid somebody to kill somebody, the person that did the killing and the person that put the money up going to jail.
Both
too.
going to
They both going to jail.
But see, Dre, you know what? If I take a lie detector test, I'm gonna pass. I had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel I done anything wrong.
Right,
So I'm not saying I cut it off.
right,
I didn't do shit.
right.
As long as I can say I didn't cheat, I didn't hurt nobody, I don't feel responsible.
Right.
Now, if I paid somebody to do it and they did it, that's their morals, not mine. I didn't compromise myself.
You compromise your morals when you paid somebody to do whatever.
See, I
And I think people switch up to get what they want, and then once they get it, They just go back to
turn their
being,
morals back on.
they turn their morals back on. That's like people trick people. People get, I'm not gonna say trick, but people get married.
Mm-hmm.
And you know something, we know people that we look at and say, wow, really, you married? And you may know a girl that been through the block, been all around the corner, but she got married. And for her to get that ring, she had to change. He didn't know her, but she also had to show him a part. She had to show him a part of her that didn't exist. She could have been washing dishes, cleaning, you know, doing all that. And then after he married her, how many guys say, dang, you just switched up and you changed? No, she didn't. She was who she was. She had her morals up there to get her ring.
She revolved.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Then once she got the ring and what she wanted to be, she went to being who she really was.
But see, I don't have a problem with that, bro. If a woman have grown from and left that old person behind, I don't see nothing wrong with
She
that.
said temporary. She
I said
only did
temporary.
that long enough
I
to
didn't
get the
say
ring.
she only
She went
did
back
get
to being out her
married,
mind
and then she
again.
went back to being who she was.
Nah.
And then the guy saying, no, you a guy, you don't know this girl. And he looking at her like, what happened to you? It's your friend you hanging with. No, brother. This is how she was before she married you. She just tricked you.
Back to her
Well,
real
see, sometimes
morals.
people revolve. Sometimes people grow. And you know what? You have people that have used drugs. You have people that have sold their bodies. You have people that mistreated their kids at one point in life, and they have grown. That person is behind them. I don't have a problem with people like that. I have a problem with people like how you use the word camouflage. If you try to use trickery, which is mind games, if you try to play mind games, them is the type of people I have a problem with. You know
Because
you,
a lot of
you
people
know you
use
ain't
trickery
shit.
to get what they want.
And them the people I'm talking about.
Well, it exists.
That's everybody though.
It exists.
Everybody.
It exists.
Everybody turns certain shit off and on to get
What
what
they
they want.
want.
We've all did
We
it in
all
life.
did it in life.
No.
Manipulation?
Yeah, there we go.
Manipulation. But see, so
You
you.
ain't been never manipulated nobody.
Yes,
Like,
before.
Well, that's what we talking about. We ain't talking about
Before I
the
get
same
mental health.
We ain't talking about boy to get baptized too. We talking about situations now, experience that we have done. We not talking. We know you don't do it now, but you've done
But
this.
see, once you graduate,
you phone bone. So your phone boning is manipulating. You be trying to get in their head. That's manipulating.
no. I don't phone bone, but if a person was phone boning, there's no action behind that.
Oh my.
But you
It's just
talk.
words.
You don't think you be really talking and telling stories and trying to get in a woman's head?
Yes, he
That's
does. Because he
manipulating,
say it
boy.
all the time. I
Because I
want
don't
to get
even
into
be trying
your
to be on the
mind.
phone that long. What's up? You coming through?
Yeah, he
What
say
you
it all
talking
the time.
about?
I want to get in your. I want to get in your head. And
Yes,
once I
yes,
get
But
in your head,
I get in your head to know who you are.
no, you don't. You really don't care who they are, especially if
I don't
you're
care
interested in them. You really don't care.
But
You try to get in their head to see which way you could jump
See,
in there
Barb,
and
see,
make them drop their morals
I
to give you what they want.
I think you believe a man is willing to most men are willing to compromise who they are for some sex. I believe a
I
damaged
have
man.
played back in the days, played different roles, pretended I was.
But see,
the nigga out there-
that signs of a damaged
I will
man.
give you a prime example.
That's what a damaged
Remember
man
when we
do.
talked about Plenty of Fish? I'm on that bitch with chains on, looking gangster. I was like, boy, ain't nobody fucking with me. You was like, man, you got to put the little polo. You got to look like a nerd and all that. When I changed my picture up, looked all nerdy, my shit got the rocking. Manipulation, but I learned the trick from you.
Yeah, but see, great. You talking about before counseling? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had to go fix myself. I was. Remember we was at that toxic, all that. Listen, I know who I am.
Right.
I know I'm a toxic
So you
person.
think all that shit at that party you was gone?
Well, I think now I can recognize.
When you on bullshit.
Well, I recognize who I know who I want to be. I know how I want to be presented to others. So I know I have to.
You gotta work on.
So at one point when your morals changed, did you aspire for new morals? Like, okay, I want this to be a part of my
Well,
life.
I didn't like the results I was getting. I didn't like the reaction I was getting from people. I'd rather be honest. I want to be honest.
So you changed your morals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I up my skill.
Yeah,
I want it.
Fuck.
When I talk
He
to a
still
person,
got some work. He still got a strange way now. Hold on now. He ain't completely healed now, but he working on
We all
himself.
got work to do.
Well, he not yet because he still got some issues. He got
Well,
some
if you
issues.
think about it,
We all got issues.
people can
though.
say, you know what,
We all
all
got-
delivery is fucked up, but you'll never say he lied. What he lied about? My thing is, take the words that a person give you, and you know what, you judge them on what they said, not how they said it.
See that, but you got to think. It's like constructive criticism. A woman can tell you certain things, and they want you to accept it. But if it's vice versa, it's you woman bash and you doing this, you doing that. I mean, the truth is the truth. You can't change the truth. That's just like I may deliver, but not as hard as you. But if a man got an issue with his woman, he don't normally call his homies and for group counseling. But vice versa, she gonna have a circle. They gonna have the wine, the music going, and this motherfucking blah blah blah. She got.
Well,
all
I
these
disagree.
different
I would just say maybe it's just the circle of guys that you deal with, and you know, because I believe me in pillow talk. I believe me in pillow talk. Yes, I do.
Men do not call and
I
talk
believe
about
me
their
in pillow
feelings.
talk.
Oh man,
I believe me in
my
sit
girl,
up and have
I walked in
group
a
of
girl
friends.
and my girl was
They're not
sucking
gonna
their dick.
admit it.
She ain't finna.
They're not gonna admit it.
A man is not gonna
Yes,
do
He
that.
don't want to be embarrassed.
Yes, they will.
No, they
It's
don't, Barbara.
just.
That's why he only gonna tell a couple of his
Yeah, it's
friends.
I never
Listen,
tell nobody
I'm gonna
that.
tell you this. For the
It's
guy
only-
I work with, he told me this. He was a young cat, and I'm gonna just show you how scandalous women can be. He was dating an older woman. This guy had to be about 20 years old, and they had sex. He came all on her stomach and stuff, so he laying back. You know, she take her finger and rubbing it all on his lips.
Out of
Hold on, Dre, you ain't let me get to where I'm at. She rubbing her finger on his lips like this here, right? So it's your reaction to do this. You know what I'm saying? To rub your lips together. And they slippery. He like, what the fuck did lube come from? So he looked, she had took the nut off her stomach and rubbed it on his lips. Now, hold on, we talking.
Sometimes we go left.
Yeah, we going left. My
He's
point.
going left, but he said he gonna have a point.
I'm gonna tie it all together. My point that I'm trying to make is
went left.
an older woman will manipulate a younger guy simply because she know he don't know nobody.
You did all that to say that older guys manipulate younger women. It can
Yes,
go
it
either
goes
way.
left.
It depends on.
Okay, give me an
It can
example.
go either way.
Give me an example of an older man manipulating
The same situation.
Sex.
An older man
A
dating
younger girl who don't know nothing.
woman.
No, I
Yeah,
said
but it
he
costs
legal.
us.
No, let's say a woman is 22 years old and she's dating a 40-year-old. Give me an example of manipulation.
Well, I mean, it depends on the situation.
Sex,
But you got to think
money.
about
No,
the
money.
first thing that you want to think about is the mindset. She's 22, you're 40. Obviously, there's a lot of things that this 44-year-old man is going to know versus this 22-year-old. And even if it's just day-to-day stuff, like people, we're persuasive. We know how to get what we want. So if this person is 20, 30 years older than you, you think they're not going to know how to get what they want from you, and probably have a little more experience.
So what did he do wrong though?
I'm just saying, like you just said, for the woman to do it to a younger man.
But
Men
what
can
she
do it to
did
women
wrong
as well.
was no. Now we're talking morals. What she did wrong was she knew that young man didn't know what she was trying to do. Her whole thing is to turn this dude out.
Did he split her?
No, he came and talked to me, and he said, "Man, what do that mean?" So you know what I told him.
know what it
the
meant.
first thing you should have done. First thing you should have done was knocked her fronts out. That's the first thing
Wait
you
a minute, how
done.
do you know what it meant?
Because I know what she was trying to do. She was trying to turn him
I
out.
don't know what it meant myself. I'm old as hell.
Well, if Dre, I'm gonna tell you this: you as a man, if you was to ejaculate on a woman butt, and she take that same nut and she rub it across your face, I bet you would get physical.
Hell yes, go.
You see what I'm saying? Because you know she's trying to
Well, in
disrespect
the
you.
same aspect of what you saying, what
So
what would a man do to a
So-
younger woman? The same thing. He can manipulate her and turn her out.
Can you give me an example?
I just told you sexually, financially,
Give me an example.
sex. He
Okay,
turning
no.
her out. Sex.
Can you tell me an example?
So he
She
can
probably
introduce
was
her.
already turned off. He
No,
was
watch
young
this.
girl.
Those
He
young
turned off.
girls.
Hey, Dre, I got her. Watch this.
No,
got
she
you.
say she 18, fresh out the gate.
Let's say she 20.
Okay, 20.
Let's say he 50.
Okay. say he introduced her to a threesome.
Okay.
She ain't never had one. So he turned her out right. He's turning her out right to do things that she don't. Say for instance, she don't do drugs. He introduced her to the coke life.
Though.
No, let me
gonna
keep
get into
going.
the drugs.
Okay, we gonna all. I want you to attack each subject. So say he introduced her to drugs. So now she on the coke life. Now she doing lines. She having threesomes. So he's introducing her and manipulating her into a life where he has control. Money. She 20. She ain't got that much money, so he's spoiling her, buying her all type of stuff she want, and giving her everything. So manipulation. He got her. She freaked out. She snorted coke, and then you got money.
That's nonsense.
No, it's not.
First of all,
it's not nonsense. People do it all the time.
Okay, he's 50 years old, right?
Yeah.
She's 20 years old. She's legal, right?
I didn't say she wasn't.
Hold on. Now,
I never said she was legal.
who's in charge of sex?
She is.
So long.
But her mind is still not developed to that level.
This
where
is
she
your
can be,
scenario.
and her mind still is not developed, just like
So you
just like
said
his
he's
mind
wrong.
wasn't developed
Hold
enough
on.
to know she
You
was trying to
said
turn him
he's
out, right?
wrong because he been paying bills longer than her?
Yeah.
He's wrong for that.
He wrong because he hold a life. He knows
Wait a
life.
minute.
He
Now,
knows more about
Let's
life.
get to the drugs.
He knows more about life than she does.
Let's get to the drugs.
She know more about
So
life.
she's 20 years old. He's 50 years old.
Yeah.
When he pulled that crack pipe out,
I ain't saying
you trying to tell me
Shut up.
that funny feeling didn't go off in her stomach? Like, this is wrong.
She might have, but you don't know.
But she made a conscious
She may
decision.
have dropped her more.
You see what I'm saying, Tina? So what?
Yeah, after she tried it and realized what it was.
But what I'm saying is,
But no, what I'm
the
trying to
young
say is
dude-
that-
the young dude never seen it coming. Only thing he felt a glossary, slippery substance on his lips, and he knew that was wrong. When he came and talked to me, I told him I would have beat her to death. Dre's instant response is he would have fucked her up. That's an instant because we're men and we know what women do to men when they trying to do something.
That's crazy.
Well, he said he didn't know what it was, but he would like it. Yeah,
and then I changed it. When I say if she took,
So how can he not be paying? He must not be watching her
Well, she-
to get the shit and then.
well, you laying back like, yeah, that was a good one. Then she, and you like,
I'll be like, bitch. What
you
the fuck
sit
is
up.
that?
That's why would you? And then you look,
Okay, we
and you put two and two together. So now you like, hold on.
Knuckles
It's
inside
going to
all
get
through
physical
that
here.
bitch.
But see, that's the scenario that I had brought to the table. Barb's scenario, you had complete control of
You must
what
have
you
a
was doing.
daddy because that's.
Well,
why doesn't
most young guys these days is growing up without a father, and that's why these
Well, he got a
older
mama.
women. What's she gonna teach you?
He'd probably be too embarrassed to bring that to his
See,
mom.
he came and talked to another man that he
I mean, at
respects.
the end of the day, if you're not cool with it, you're not cool with it. So
Well, but if you're not cool with something and you don't,
He probably didn't know how
you
to
don't
react
know,
to
he
it.
didn't know how to react.
He didn't want to react.
so
She
Like,
probably tested.
But see, you know what she
They
did?
call it grooming. She
I
might
told
be-
her. I said,
She might be grooming him to be with a nigga next.
Well, that's what it is, right?
That's right.
But that's manipulation. But
that's the same way old men
go
get
both ways.
with.
Well, I gave her every chance to prove a 50-year-old man manipulating a 21-year-old woman. How about you give a crack at it?
I don't
The
know
only
what
way
to
we-
create
See,
scenarios because it could go the same way. Just somebody doing something, taking advantage of someone younger.
Well, see,
If
I
he
don't
ain't got no
believe.
money, he ain't taking advantage of her. They only gonna fall for a nigga with money. If a nigga ain't got no money, they ain't even giving him a time.
Well,
to
well,
pay.
see,
Stuff at 50.
see, Dre, you think
Anybody
about
over
this.
a certain age, any woman,
If I'm,
any man,
if I'm,
you shouldn't be
if I'm
talking to
fucking with, if I'm
20-year-old
fucking with a 20-year-old woman, she's 20 years old. First of all, she's in charge of her body.
True.
She's legal. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Whatever she allowed me to do to her,
See, but they
I
feel morally it's something wrong with it.
well, an
'Cause
older
people
woman,
always look down.
an older woman would say that. She would look and say, "Well, that young girl can't do nothing for that old man."
Yes,
So
she
the
can.
older woman is going to talk down to a situation like that. Another older man.
older woman is gonna say.
Well,
Because what they
ladies, listen to Barb. I was a younger girl. I talked to an older man. Don't do it. They're gonna give you worms. They gonna try
That's
to
not
control
true,
your
Barb.
life. Leave them alone. Stay in your age bracket. Don't mess with no
how
old
old do you
man.
get before you get the worms? Because I need to know.
You getting worms for
Because
they
right
old
now I still
age.
got premium USDA.
Well, not worms.
When they
I'm
get
talking
worms,
about,
how?
but don't talk to an
That's
older man
not
because
real.
he's controlling. They gonna control you. They gonna try to stop you from living your life. And the minute you want to walk away from them, it's gonna be a
That
problem.
depends on what type of man you get.
Well,
You meet a
well-
nigga like Dre, I ain't trying to control you. And 9 times out of 10, I don't even want you in my face that long.
Don't do it.
I don't believe
Well,
that.
see,
Stay in your age bracket.
what Barb doing, she just throwing things out
stay
there
in your age
and it has
bracket,
no
ladies.
substance to it.
Don't talk to old
If
men.
it's a privilege for a
She got
younger
a
woman,
bankroll.
it's a privilege for a young
it ain't.
woman to talk to an older
Yeah,
guy.
No, it's
'cause he
not.
got
Because you know what?
maturity.
Now he's going to give her the game.
Yeah.
Most of these young girls, they know how to watch their body. That old man gonna say, "Wait a minute, baby, let me show you. Open that motherfucker up. Open that motherfucker up." You know what I'm saying? He's going to
Okay,
tell
we
her.
off topic
No,
morals.
no, no, no. I'm
So
telling
he gonna teach her morals?
Yes, he gonna teach her morals. He gonna teach her how to respect herself. He gonna say, "Well, listen, baby, when you around these
Don't
men, they
do
start
it,
talking
ladies.
like this. You get up and remove yourself from that situation." He gonna give her the game.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, an older man benefits a younger woman.
I agree.
I don't.
Well, of course you don't, because
That's
you
because
man
you're an older
back.
woman. When you was a younger woman, you didn't feel
When
that
you
way.
dated an older
I
man,
did. I just told him. That's why I told him not to do
so
it.
an old man gave you worms.
He was horrible.
But
He
that,
was
he said
terrible.
worms.
That's because he was manipulating.
He was
That's all,
terrible.
bro.
No,
He was an awesome dude. I know who you're
No,
talking
he
about.
wasn't awesome. What was awesome about him? Anytime
know
a
him. You
young
was
girl,
terrible.
he was not awesome. Anytime in my situation of being a young girl, if I look at an older guy and I tell you, oh, I don't think this is
So why was you over there every day?
this don't work. This don't work.
So he must have had
So you said it
multiple
wasn't
women.
working?
He
It
had
wasn't
money.
working.
And
And when I
multiple
said it
women.
wasn't working, guess what
Yeah.
he did?
So that's why she
Bam.
she
Yeah,
wasn't
right.
even
Bam! That's what he did. When I told him, any other older man would have said, okay, he was controlling. I was young, fresh out the gate. I was 18.
Barb, you had a mouth like a dragon.
I was 18 years
You had a
old,
mouth
fresh out the
like
gate.
a dragon.
And so my thing is, you wait. I'm like, you kind of like my daddy. You kind
Man,
of, this
yeah.
ain't working.
So
This
look,
is-
so your morals was like, no.
no, this ain't good.
And
you
her
know?
mor- her
And
morals was intact, and he was looking out for her.
My morals was like, no, this ain't good. But as a man, he should have respected that and be like, okay, cool.
He was the breadwinner. He ain't gonna respect
He
that.
no breadwinner.
No, we still respected him. You know, so
Yeah,
it goes
see,
back to
but that
how
was
we-
how. And then as
You know
I got older,
I know-
as
I
I
know
got
this man
older,
she's talking about.
people told me different things.
His kids,
and I was like,
he raised his kids, and
wow.
his kids would not make the same decisions that Barbara made.
You said he raised who?
His kids.
Oh, okay.
See, his
We
kids.
won't speak on people like that. But
He won't allow his kids to be in the same. You got to think, Barb. You come from Linwood. He raised his kids out there with them folks.
where was he raised at on 8 Mile and Irene over there?
Okay, when you cross 8 Mile, you good back then.
But you said he didn't raise his kids. They was on the block.
They came through.
They was on the block.
They wasn't over there spending the night.
So he had different set of standards or morals for her. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, he had a wife.
Yeah.
Actually, he had a
There you
wife.
go. You could turn them off.
She
and
was
on.
the sad
Oh.
chick.
What?
She didn't never want to man her place.
I did man my place. My
No.
place was me.
No, Barb. That's what got you.
No, it didn't.
That's what got you into conflict.
No.
But that proves your point, right? That proves our point that you can turn your morals
Off and
on.
on.
Off
as
and
you
on.
need.
Thank you.
Forbidden
Yes,
one.
you
But that's for the individual.
For the
Yeah,
individual.
when
But I don't agree with it. I think you turning your morals on and off. My standing on turning your morals on and off, meaning you don't really have them. You can't. If I have something, I don't give it up and get it back
You're
at me.
born with that.
No, you're not born with morals.
I think
You have to.
You're taught. Somebody teaches you morals, but you can't click them on and off.
Excuse me. Your morals is placed in you like a
can click
seed,
them on and off. You
and your
definitely
morals
can click 'em on and
grow.
off.
They grow with you.
Or the norms of society, you know, culture, whatever we see around us, you know, but yeah, somebody has to teach us. That's why it goes back to like what we learn at home, what we learn in the church, you know, who's teaching people.
Nobody.
Yeah, you have to be real careful who's teaching you in the church.
Nobody,
And
and
you
you
have to be careful whoever's
teaching you anywhere, 'cause
so
you're-
the best thing for us to do is be our own teachers, our own researchers. You
Yep,
know,
that's
and go
true. I
with what
agree with
feels
that.
good for you.
I agree with that.
Everybody has to find their own path. We don't all share the same morals, you know, even though we do live in a society that is kind of ruled by morals, but we all still have different variations.
Yeah, and then like the society we live in now, like I say, it's basically society raising our children. TikTok, internet, it has a very, very strong hold on the new generation. And do they even know what morals are?
Right. You're
You
being
know.
programmed with some
Do you even know?
morals that you don't even understand.
I remember I put on Facebook, does self-respect even exist anymore? And I had a lot of people say yes, but guess who all the people that said yes? All the people that said yes were people in my generation, older people. Now, if I ask somebody younger, what is self-respect? They probably couldn't even give me a definition of it because they don't know. Because they're being brought up as babies. See, we're raising our children. Our children don't know they don't know what morals are. They don't know what self-respect is. Because as kids, they on TikTok with makeup and lace fronts and booty shorts. You're teaching them as babies. This is how you should be. Yeah. So by the time they get 13, 14 years old, they already know this is how I should dress because this making mama and them some money. You know, they getting paid to do these little things. Oh, they cute, they cute, they cute. But as you're showing them to be cute, are you teaching them this is not how you're supposed to be?
Not how a woman.
This is not how a woman carries herself. You got 3-year-olds with lace fronts on.
Yeah,
wigs. You seen this stuff on TikTok? It's no way. This is crazy.
Yeah, but you know what?
Full face makeup. So when it comes
that goes back to what I always say, Barb. It's just it be the women on there. And you know what, Tina? I know you think I'm woman bashing, but these be the women that's putting their kids on there. These 5-6-year-olds with lace fronts.
Do men hold any fault?
Yeah, because there's some fathers in the background.
Not picking the wrong woman.
There you go.
It's some fathers.
By picking the wrong woman.
There's some fathers in the background.
By the time the woman made her mind up to do whatever she's gonna do with the child,
so
he has no say.
So then y'all can solve all the world's problems by just picking the right women.
That's right. And you know what?
Ready, set,
and
go.
that's why. And you know what? That's why we come on.
Right, men, huh?
No, that's why we come. That's why we come on this podcast and we talk because one of my goals is to teach men how to identify good women. Just because a woman have a fat booty, some pretty lips, that don't mean she's a good woman.
To identify good women, but to teach men or to teach people like to identify those good qualities in themselves, to have their own moral standards, you know, self-respect
and morals and values. So they don't have
else because what are you looking for in somebody else if you don't have it, you know, in yourself?
You don't know what you're looking for.
You're only looking for them, and you can only get it from them. You got to have something in yourself.
So just like a woman don't know what a man is, a man don't know what a woman is.
I wouldn't be telling a woman anything. My message is to the men. Now, men should find good women. You find good women, you have babies by good women, and that's one of the keys to having a good life. If you have a woman by a terrible woman, you're going to have a terrible life.
I think your message is going to be applied to people. Yeah, find a
just
good
people.
person.
Don't have to just. Why does it have to just be men?
No.
It's just anybody. The platform should just be helping people in general find and understand what a good man is, a good woman is, what not to do, what you should do, how you should present yourself, because it follows you. Everything that you do on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, believe me, that's gonna follow them for the rest of their life.
Yeah, you don't date no TikTok woman.
It's gonna follow you for
if a woman on there, she doing the dance. Listen, man, she ain't the one. I'm gonna show you how to eliminate, because she's gonna keep doing that. She gonna be putting your baby on TikTok because that's the kind of shit she into.
So we agree morals, or do we agree to disagree? I say morals can be switched on and off. I think it's a part of just who you're willing to be at that moment. You can switch and change your character. You don't have to always be the same person. And like, you know, as far as your morals, you can have morals today, and then later on you might need a water heater, a furnace, and your morals drop, and you might do something that requires you.
Strange for a little change.
Well, hey, you might do something that requires you to lower your morals, but at that given moment, you have them. But
so how do you recover from that? You just pray?
No, some people don't know about people changing their morals, you know.
Well, I'm saying though, if you know you done something degrading to yourself, you can feel when you degrade yourself.
Yeah, and
how do you fix that?
Hey, I do what I had to do.
Any other mistake that you
it's
make.
a mistake you make in life. You just had to do. And I don't even look at it as a mistake. I look at it. I did what I had to do.
See, I'm the type of nigga I want to repay you.
See, I feel like once you do something degrading, and once you go to sleep, you wake up, it's a new day. That was yesterday. That was yesterday.
You did what you had to do.
I'm going to stay still. Remember what you did yesterday. I'm going to frown down upon you.
Do we agree to disagree? For you or morals, do you agree that they having this conversation? Do you think, or do you agree or disagree?
I disagree totally.
Okay.
I don't think you can cut your soul on and off. I don't think you can cut your religion on and off. I don't think you can cut who you are on and off. You are who you are.
Okay. For you?
Yeah, I think people do. I think we do. I don't think we should, and I think that if we didn't, we'd probably, be a more functioning or more harmonious society. But I think that we do turn them on and off sometimes.
I think we turn them on and off too, and that's why when we say for people needing mental help and all things like that, we camouflage who we are to get to where we need to be at.